Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome if you are a new watcher. I am at Manheim and I bought a car unseen. I did not see it. There were no photos. I know it has a salvage title. I have no idea if it has damage or not. Basically, this was a very blind purchase. So I'm gonna pick it up, try to find it, and see what happens. So guys, I don't know if we're gonna find it or not, but there's a lot of BMWs. Cooney BMW sold a lot of BMWs this week, but they all had issues. I looked at them yesterday, and yeah, a whole bunch of idle issues, check engine lights, stuttering, misfiring. They had like 10 or 12 cars, and all of them had issues. But we are looking for lane 3, which is this lane. And we are looking for 67. That is saying we missed 67. I see sometimes they park them like doo-doo. 372 and 364. They shouldn't be by each other. 68, 66, 69, 48. And we're looking for a silver Focus. So I guess we'll keep going further down and see if we see it. 389 and 391. They are all over the place. 387. 385. Oh my goodness gracious. Why has it been such a pain finding cars at Manheim lately? Look at this thing, 34, all the way back here. We are pretty much at the end of this row, and I still don't see a silver Focus. Could it be this one? Probably not. This is too nice. Yeah, 26,000 miles. Mine definitely doesn't have 26K. If you guys have been following the channel, I had to pick up a few cars here a little while ago. I almost want to say that this Ford looks familiar, but there are so many cars that it could be off. Honestly, guys, being tall helps a lot. I see an absolutely gorgeous AMG right there, S63. But we are picking up a Ford Focus. And honestly, the thing that's really terrible is there wasn't a single picture of the car. So all I know is it's silver, but even that could be wrong. So at least I'm getting my exercise in. The other thing that's gonna be a real pain is if it is here and it's like in the middle somewhere. Man, this is gonna be a tough one. And it will be my first, because last time they were kind of in the back and in the corner, so I feel like I got lucky. Guess we'll see what's gonna happen today.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So, corner of my eye, on the other side of the lot, I see a silver Ford Focus, 2010 body style. So we're gonna go take a closer look, because honestly, I broke a sweat. Okay, moment of truth. Here are the numbers. 3379016. Okay, let's check by the VIN number. This isn't it. Mine ends in 273910. But I'm assuming this is what we're looking for. Kind of wished it was mine to be done searching for the car, and that one actually looks pretty nice. Clean example. If mine looks that good, I'll be happy, because I paid after fees 1,400 bucks for this Focus, which I think is a steal if it has no mechanical issues. We are pretty much back at the entrance, hoping that we will find the car here. I hope we will. Come on, Ford Focus. I am not seeing it. This is the lot it was supposed to be at, and it is completely empty. These look like new GM vehicles, probably like off lease or something. So I highly doubt that my 2010 Focus is gonna be here. Honestly, this is really annoying now.
A few moments later.
Found a car, guys, with a lot of help, and it's an in-op. Basically, you don't run and drive. And the problem is, what they're telling me is the transporter dropped it off and then either like left the key in the ignition or something of that sort. Basically, it has the key, but nothing happens because it has a security measure or something of that sort. But like clearly, you know, this is a car. It is top of the line, heated seats, moonroof, leather. Looks to be in pretty decent shape. I mean, for the price I paid, I'm not really upset by it, but this key is definitely an issue. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leave it here. At least we could check the fluids and whatnot. Let's take another look around it. Have to leave it here because it doesn't run, and I didn't bring a trailer, and I didn't buy a car that was a in-op. Plus this mirror right here is busted, which is okay. They're not very expensive or not very difficult to replace. And we don't have a HUD support thingy. Should go in here, connect right here, and we don't have it. But we could still check. We got oil, max, looks a little dirty. Honestly, I would expect this car to be okay mechanically. We have transmission fluid down the center. I mean, honestly, it doesn't look very bad. Bumper, I'll probably have to get another one for it just to make it look pretty, or at the very least get it repainted. A new mirror right there, which like I said isn't expensive, and I'll need front tires because they are pretty worn. Back ones look to be totally fine and fairly new, but the fronts are no good. So unfortunately, we're leaving empty-handed. This is how it goes sometimes. And tomorrow I'm gonna have to call dealer services and find out what happened to this car and what can they do. Either get a new key for it because it was sold as a run and drive car. I don't know, maybe have them discount all of my buyer fees, which would leave me roughly at $1,200 for the car. And I'm sure I could get a new key from Ford for like $200, but I don't know. First time for everything, guys. First time this has happened to me. So here we are, going back empty-handed, and I guess this is to be continued.
2,000 years later.
A month later, and the Focus should be done, and it should be somewhere here. I honestly don't even remember what it looks like, but I don't have my regular camera, so this is cell phone footage. Last time I think it was on this side. Paperwork says silver Ford Focus. I vaguely remember what it looks like. Yeah, this was definitely very unplanned pickup. I was dropping off cars, and I figured since I'm here, maybe drop off a car, pick up the Focus. Nope, that's the Jetta. Okay, I'll look around.
The next day.
Alright guys, yesterday I couldn't find this darn car. And today I've been out here for 40 minutes now. And I think I found it, because I see a mirrorless Ford Focus. I do believe that that one's mine. And I'm all the way in the back. Again, like legit 10 employees try to help me find it. Nobody knew where this car is. I think I found it myself. But now the problem is, it better freaking start. How much you guys want to bet it won't? Oh, no way. Look how filthy this thing is. What in the world? Oof. At least it started. Low tire pressure. I'm gonna bust some AC. Windows down. I gotta get out of here, man. It is 40 minutes out here in the sun is wild. Guys, I don't even know where to start, to be honest. So we're just about to leave the auction. Oh, I gotta close the trunk because the light is on. 1 second. Okay, so the only light we got on is the tire pressure monitoring system light. And honestly, I didn't really check the tires because I've been out in this yard for about 40 minutes. And see, for you guys, it's quick. For me, this is probably a month and a week, maybe a month and 2 weeks. Whole back and forth with this car until they figured it out, until they fixed it. So this is the first time I'm driving it. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, why isn't it switching gears? It switches gears, good. Aside from that, I guess first impressions is it's very, very, very dirty. But it's running really good. I'm watching the temperature gauge. It's probably around 90 degrees outside, so it is very, very toasty. And I really hope that we don't overheat because it is almost 4 o'clock. Traffic is very, very heavy. It was even heavy an hour ago when we were coming here. But the plan for now is take it to the lot, leave it there for the time being, now that I know it runs well mechanically. I don't see any other obvious red flags. I can order that passenger side mirror, and then once it comes in, we'll put it together. I kind of noticed that the tires are a little bit low on tread. Yeah, tread. So I'll have to take a look. I know I have some spare tires at the lot. See if those will fit. If they do, perfect. I'll just swap them over. And then, you know, lastly, this car's gonna get a detail, but I'm happy that I finally have this car. Another one I could potentially close up, sell, and move on to another one. But this was the first time for me. This is wild. I'm just glad that right now it's running and it has no issues as far as I can tell. Ooh, that might be a first issue. Yup. One of the turn signals. Oh, it's the rear one because I see it up here flashing. I don't know if the camera will show you guys. So we have a rear turn signal bulb out. I am happy that AC is working because I finally get to cool off. I am very parched though, but I'm so glad it's not raining. That makes me so happy. You guys don't even understand. It made it. Parking it next to this other Focus that I have now. And this is what I just noticed. Look at that side swipe. It's nothing crazy. I'm sure with a good detail and a good buff, it'll probably be a-okay. But we need this mirror. So this pin is here. So basically I need a mirror. I need that fog lamp cover. See if maybe it's somewhere in the trunk. And then possibly repaint the whole front bumper. Honestly, it might be needed. But aside from that, it runs good. It's top of the line, leather seats, heated seats, moonroof and whatnot, all the good stuff. I am leaving it here, like I said, and moving on to do other projects because I have like 4 or 5 projects I'm working on, all videos for you guys. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed.
Several days later.
The car is finally at my house and I finally got the mirror for it. It's been very, very hot last 2 days, like 100-degree weather. So I am working in the evening and I found out that the battery died on this key fob. So I'm gonna pull it apart. Hopefully I have a spare battery for it and hopefully we fix it. Here's what that looks like. I put a new battery in, closed everything up, and it doesn't work. But I guess it has to have a connection point. So I can't do it with one hand, but basically battery has to touch, and there is something going on where it's not really holding it in place. I'm gonna try to figure that out. I think I got it. Yes. Sweet. That's another thing out of the way, but let's start working on that mirror. Here's the new mirror. Kind of took a quick glance around it. Looks solid. Whew, interior of this car is like a sauna. I cannot lose, I promise. Amen to that. We're gonna hit 10K, then we're gonna hit 100K, and we're gonna keep growing. We're not gonna lose. Now with one hand, let's see if I could pull this whole, yes, old housing out. We don't need that. Now let's see. With one hand, can I put everything back in? Yes, I can. Now I need another hand to put some bolts in there. Before I put everything back together permanently, there we go. Just wanted to make sure it works. I did pretty much what I'm gonna do with the car, I think. I'm still debating if I want to detail it, the interior, so I didn't really clean anything up. As you guys can see, that one is chrome and this one is paint matched to the car. The one thing I'll need to do is get this bumper resprayed. I see it's damaged, so who knows, maybe I'll just get a new bumper for it. The only good tire is this one, but I bought 4 brand new tires for it. I will keep that one and just sell it individually because it actually has really good thread. The other thing I need to take a look at is this turn signal doesn't work, and I will probably need to do an oil change on it because I just checked, it's pretty dirty. So honestly, it seems like fairly minor things, and this car is going to be done. And I bought it like a month and a half ago, so if this gives you guys any idea how long sometimes it takes, and sometimes honestly it's outside of my control, but you know, even after I got the car, I wanted to drive it, make sure it was good mechanically, and then you wait a week for a new mirror, and like everything adds up. So unfortunately this one wasn't a buy, turnkey and flip. It needs work, but at least I know that once I'm done with it, this car will be solid. It will have new tires on it, fresh oil change, I mean, it'll be cleaned up, and the new owner is gonna have a fully loaded Ford Focus with decent miles. Time to do an oil change. I think this will be kind of quick, just for the sake of time. I'm gonna get it prepped, get it done. Got everything prepped. About to get underneath, drain this oil, and get it done. While the old oil is draining, let me tell you about these types of special people. They are these types of people who think they are very, very macho, super, super strong, and with all their might, they tighten things that shouldn't be over tightened, just so that they could feel superior, just so that the next guy can struggle. I'm that guy, I struggled. But guys, don't over tighten your drain plug, your filter, which actually I haven't tried the oil filter yet. Yeah, something tells me it's gonna be over tightened. Filter honestly wasn't that bad, so I'm gonna finish all of this up and then we get to refill. Now we need 4.5 quarts of fresh oil. My wonderful assistant is going to start the car. Make sure we have no leaks. Looks pretty good, nothing obvious, so we're gonna let it run. If there are issues, I will let you guys know. Now I just want to see what the mileage is. There we go, 110, 276, and I have already done 95.6 miles on this car. Oil change is done. Now I have to wait for the tires, figure out what to do with the bumper. Most likely I'm going to buy a new one because it looks pretty wrecked. I don't know what this is. So I think just buy a new one or a used, like, whole one, and then clean up and this car is done.
Several days later.
New tires came in. So this is the one I'll keep. I'll probably resell it because it looks like it's nearly new. All others are gonna get tossed, and this Focus is gonna have 4 new tires. So the other thing I did was I bought a new bumper because repainting it would kind of defeat the purpose since it's already cracked and busted. I figured whatever, I'll put money into it, make it look nice, make it look clean. So here we are, making progress. Hopefully this is the next one to be done and sold. Now that the Briggs gave me a reason to check, yeah, it looks like we're 80+% left. But I always like to check when the tires are off. Still working on them, but 69 bucks to mount, balance, and basically dispose of the 3 tires. So basically 60 bucks to get them installed and $3 a tire to get rid of them. See this tire here. Let's see, oh, I don't have that. So I'll have to wait because the jack is in the way to open the trunk. But coming along.
Several days later.
In the back, we have our new bumper for this Focus. And I absolutely hate how they folded it. So we're gonna open it up and hopefully it is not permanently damaged. Okay. So now, yeah, stuff like this really annoys me, guys. That's the wrong color. Wow. So I'm gonna show you guys right here. UX is the color. And I see UX here, but then the color Tri-Coat UY, molten orange. This is the wrong color. Wow. Stuff like this is honestly really annoying because it delays my project. Like literally bumper, detail, this car is ready to go. It could have been literally done like in 2 days.
Much later.
But no. So here we are. A week and a half later, we got a new bumper. The color finally seems right. Although they folded the bumper and I see that that could be a potential issue. And this could be a potential issue. So hopefully it kind of tucks in underneath and we won't have an issue. But yeah, I guess we get to start finishing this thing up. Pull the old bumper off and install the new one. I need to take this cover off so that we could get the grill out. And then we could start working on the bumper. I think and hope I got everything off. So that will have to go over. Let's see this side. Yes. Now, gently, with 2 hands, I'm gonna disconnect the fog lights. Here we go, old bumper out. So now I just have to work on getting the housing out, oh boy, I'm drawing a blank here. These, and the grill, so the lower portion of the grill. Install them on here and then we could start putting the new bumper back on. I got everything moved over to the new bumper and just realized that I don't have this side. So I'll probably need to find this bracket, which is my bad, but it looks like it'll probably delay a little bit more. If not, maybe I'll photograph it, list it, and then just say a new fog light housing bracket or whatever it's called is on the way. And the new bumper is on. Look at that, it looks so much better already. Sweet. So now basically I just have to put all the screws in from the bottom on the side, make sure it stays in one place, and then up top right there, and new bumper is done. Now that this car is done physically, more or less, minus the bumper fog light bracket, I'm gonna see how much they are, how quickly I can get one, but I'm assuming they're like 20-25 bucks. Guys, surprisingly, I have put quite a bit of money into this car already. Like the new bumper painted was, I think, 240 bucks. All new tires and installed were, say, I don't know, 350, 400 bucks. Now it's gonna get a detail. And the other thing I remembered, so I did almost 300 miles on this car. I mean, it runs really good, no issues, like no check engine lights or something of that sort. But it has a mic key. And from the research I did, there was like 2 or 3 years that Ford did a mic key in their vehicles, which basically, like, you have a primary key and then a safety key that you could give like a teenager or someone else, and using the main key you program certain things. So this one, volume, the max it goes up to is about halfway, and then top speed is limited to 80 miles per hour because of this mic key. So, you know, in Oregon, Washington, we don't really have like fast roads or highways. So I don't think speed is the issue, but the volume, even for me, when I would listen, that annoys me. So I will have to go to the dealer and have them make me a brand new master key so that this car is as good as it can be. Plus, of course, the detail. So you know, that's how it's gonna be. And this car has a lot of, I guess, negatives going for it, but flip side, it also has a lot of positives going for it. So I kind of want to have a really good balance for the next buyer, at least from my end, do whatever I can to get this car up and ready as much as I can. So right now I'm going back to the lot, I'm taking it there. I'm going to get a hold of a new detailer that I've never used before, see if I need to schedule a time to drop off the car, or if I could just drop it off at any time. If any time, then I'll try to drop it off today. If scheduled, then we'll kind of go from there, but somewhere in between that, I will have to go get a key done, a new master key, so we'll see, maybe I'll get it done today. But the plan right now is go to the lot. Leaving the Focus here until maybe tomorrow, day after. Detailer guy said he is busy today. I've never met him, like I said, new guy, but we'll see once I take it to him, and I guess we'll see the quality of craftsmanship.
The next day.
Now, let's take the Focus and get it detailed. Should be sparkling clean, hopefully, once he's done with it. The other thing that's really dumb about this key, look, 75 miles until empty. Fuel is low. I have more than a quarter tank of gas, and it's showing me that it's low. The last car I had that triggered a gas light that early was a E55 Mercedes with a 5.4 supercharged motor, which, you know, makes sense. That thing got like 12-13 miles to the gallon. Dropped off the Focus Pocus. I was told 180 to do basically a full detail on it, and I've never used these guys before, so I guess we'll see how it's gonna go. But it's so much closer to me. It's like literally 3-4 minutes from the lot. And the other place I used, I mean, it's a little bit cheaper. I paid $160 for a full detail, but it's about 20 minutes one way. So this is a lot closer, so we'll see how it goes. I'd rather pay 20 bucks extra, but not lose an hour to drop off a car.
Several days later.
I don't know if you guys are ready or not. I'm ready to finish this Focus up. So, where's my Hyundai key? Yup, Hyundai's another video, so we'll probably kind of switch over to that one at some point in this video. But in this video, we are finishing up the Ford Focus. So I'm gonna jump into the Hyundai, pick up the Ford Focus, and leave this one to get detailed. It's kind of doing a 2-for-1 special. Short drive from the lot and we are here. Got the Focus back, it looks nice and clean, especially the engine bay. That's what I love the most with these details. So now, next step is fill this car up, because the gas light is on. Probably put $10-15 in it. And then take it to the lot. I will show you guys around the car what it looks like, more or less completed. Minus that fog lamp housing, which should be here tomorrow or the day after. But I'll install that off video. There's no point in delaying it. And then we're gonna go to the dealership and have them make me a new master key, so that this car would have essentially 2 keys, one for a potential teenage driver and the other one for, you know, master, whoever the owner is gonna be. And then this car will be good to go to sell. 10 bucks got us pretty much half a tank, so we're nearly at, you know, 3/4. I don't know why. I have a few Focuses for sale right now. They just ain't selling, which is really surprising. I've had multiple Focuses before, and they all sold super quick. Either people get in that federal money, so they're trying to get something nicer, a nice BMW, something a little bit more high-end, so, you know, a Focus ain't cutting it for people no more. But I guess we're gonna see what's gonna happen with this one. Let's get to the lot and I'll show you guys what it looks like. As I was driving to the gas station close to the lot, there was like a mattress in the middle of the road. So I think I gotta move it. It's not mine, but it's definitely a hazard. So let's take care of this. Now it shouldn't be in no one's way. And the lot is right here, so we're almost back, guys. Well, here's the Focus Pocus. So, you know, it clearly has imperfections. At some point in its life, it was sideswiped. Thankfully, it's not super noticeable, to be honest. And aside from that, like, everything else looks pretty darn good. I'll show you guys the interior real quick. Having a leather interior on the Focus is pretty rare. So this one is pretty well optioned. Heated seats up front, you know, the sync radio and whatnot. A whole bunch of goodies actually in this one. And I would say a pretty good combo, silver over black. I'm gonna do some paperwork upstairs and then we're gonna find a Ford dealership and go get a master key done.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
There's a Ford dealership right behind that gas station you guys see to your right. So hopefully I won't be in there for too long, because honestly I am so done getting this car to like as perfect as I can within, you know, like a reasonable budget. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I put in to this car more than what I paid for it. Guys, something tells me I'm getting ripped or something. So I walked in there and at first the guy tells me they can't make me a key, and I was like, why not? And he goes, well, because there's cartels in Mexico and they take these cars and using the key with the VIN number, they copy the VIN number and basically they ship the car into Mexico and then they load it up with a whole bunch of narcotics and drugs and whatnot, and then they ship it back here and then the dealership gets in trouble for making a key. What? I've never heard that kind of garbage before. I was like, I already have a key for it. It's a dealership. Like, what? Well, let me go find out. I'm gonna go talk to my supervisor, see if we could even accommodate something like this. Like, I'm asking him to freaking, I don't know, like, turn the world upside down. Comes back and goes, yeah, we can do it. Like, what the heck? So you guys see where I am? Yeah. Really weird place, honestly. I kind of expected better service. Oh, but the main thing is it's gonna be a few hours until they basically, few hours again. How long does it take to program a key, honestly? So he's saying, oh, I gotta wait for a technician to be available and then it'll be at least an hour to program it. Again, that's a lie. Like, it does not take an hour to program a key. So, courtesy Ford, step your game up. Like, customer service is important, and honestly, this feels like garbage.
2 hours later.
Back at the dealership, waiting for him to pull out my vehicle. And let's see, total was $128.71. What a nice visit. Alrighty, the car is running. I'm gonna kill it. Start it, make sure at least one of the keys works. No, my whatever thing came up, so I think we are good to go back to the lot. And I think it's time to sell it. So we're gonna go to the lot, I'm gonna take pictures of it, and then we're gonna run through the numbers and you guys are gonna see basically exactly what I did. Run through the numbers, see how much I'm into this car, and tell you how much I plan on listing it for. But honestly, this car was and still is in worse shape than I thought it would be. So unfortunately, I mean, I'll still make a profit, but not as much as I would hope for. Alrighty guys, are you ready for this? So, it's a 2010 Ford Focus SEL, 110,000 miles. I purchased it for $1,200 plus auction fees. I was $1,400 into this car. I bought a new side mirror for it for $71. 4 brand new tires were $173. Front bumper was $241. To install the tires, I paid $69. I paid $15 for the fog lamp, trim, bracket, whatever it's called. $180 for a detail and $130 for that new key from the Ford dealer, bringing the total on this car to $2,279. I still haven't looked at how much I'm gonna list it for sale for, but You know, like I predicted, I did put a lot of money into this car, but again, my intent was to make it as nice, as perfect as I possibly could. And I put and installed the parts and things that I thought would help get it there. Clearly it still has a few scuffs. You know, to make it perfect, I'd need to replace the fender and both passenger doors, which you're probably looking with paint, if I can't find something matching, probably another, you know, $600-700, which honestly, I'm not gonna do that. I will sell it as is. I drove the car, I put a little over 300 miles on it, absolutely no warning lights, no mechanical issues. It runs really well. It has a lot of very nice options. It's hard to find a Focus like that with leather seats, moonroof, heated mirrors. I mean, like a whole bunch of options. It's pretty much fully loaded. So I think there will be a buyer for it. We'll see how much it will actually be. And now I'm talking and thinking I didn't count in the fresh oil change. I did do an oil change on this car, so that was roughly 30 bucks. So I'm basically $2,300 into this car. I will probably list it for like 3,400 bucks and see what happens. As for this video, guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was a long, lengthy video, but I hope you enjoyed it. It took like a month and a half, maybe 2 months from start to finish to get this car to where it is now. There was a lot of delays, but this is literally what happens way too often in the car business. If it's not one thing, it's the other thing. So here we are. Video's over, car is done. Please consider subscribing. Thank you, and I will see you guys in another video.